LootBet, online esports betting. Dota, CSGO, Overwatch, Hearthstone, and many more. Bet on tournament matches or in-game events while viewing them live. Deposit using money, bitcoins, or even skins. Join LootBet now. Use the code you see here when you deposit and grab your bonus.
Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back. We are going to be going into our second best of three of tonight. No, you did not hear me singing. That you're just mistaken. That was obviously you hearing things. But yeah, we are here with Singularity versus Team Kinguin. This is our decider game. One team goes through to the next round. The other team is eliminated. It's brutal, it's harsh, but it's at least a best of three. We're going to be kicking things off on Train. I'm going to look at some of these wonderful statistic things that everybody loves so much. 1 second. Let's change it to this game. We've got some, you know, all of these magnificent stats that have been supplied by LootBet. And yeah, there you go. We've got Kinguin, actually fairly heavy favorites in this one. Should we look at, let's look at, where's map 1? Map 1. Who's going to be the winner of map 1? According to this, still going to be Kinguin. There you go. Wonderful stuff. We all love that good stuff. Everybody wants to see that, right? And yeah, we are going to be going into this one right about now. How is it? You're only here for the music? Oh, my favorite team, check. My favorite cast. Oh, Benzi, you're very cute. No sound. Yeah, that's because when I'm tabbed out of the game to run all those stat stuff, the sound goes out. Don't worry. Don't worry. I know what I'm doing some of the time. But yeah, you're only here for what? Hey, what song was that? That song was Somebody Else's Guy by Jocelyn Brown. Yeah. Me, Donatello. Oh, Ninja Turtle. Hello, Philippe. Sing again. Never. Never. You'll have to go back and clip that. It happens every once in a while, but it has to be sporadic. It has to be pure beauty. Where can I get your playlist? If you DM me on Twitter, I can send it to you or something, because I don't want to tab out and post in the chat, all of that good stuff. But yeah, I can send it to you. It's on like my old YouTube channel, so you have to excuse the name. I will not say it on stream because it is embarrassing, because I thought I was cool and I was not. Either way, we are into our pistol round. It's going to be Team Kinguin facing off against Singularity. I do think Kinguin are the favourites. I like the look of this team when they played the other day. We'll see if they continue. Mount, there you go. That's one hell of a start. Jumping headshot to kick things off already. Barber's going to be down. But they have already rotated multiple players over towards this B site. And the T's, they're not stopping. They're continuing on this train forward. You see what I did there? Train. Ha, that's original. Reets already going to be finding another. Plopsky will be able to trade. Probably my favorite name I've ever seen in the whole of Counter-Strike, I will be honest. I love the name Plopsky. Rusty finds a double himself. There will be him and Hugo XD, to try and trade things back, but it is all on to Rusty now. 1 versus 2, has himself the kit, but also has a bullet in the brain. Reets, he will start, and it is going to be Team Kinguin to win themselves the pistol. Plopsky. Like, I don't know if he knows what that means to me, but if somebody says they're going to plop, that means they're going to leave something brown in the toilet. So Plopsky to me is potentially the funniest name of all time. Hugo XD is also atrocious. Like, the name Hugo, obviously, someone I know, my friend Hugo, so the name is bad enough. But then to put XD at the end, it just, whew, mwah, beautiful. Hello, is it Zavi Stew? I feel like I asked you that already. I remember the name, or Javi Stew. I feel like if I say it with a bit of an accent, it sounds much more beautiful. Speak Polish. I can't. I'm sorry. I wish I could. I actually do wish I could. I've been there a couple of times. I always feel like an idiot when I go to a language. See, there you go. When I go to another country and I can't speak the language. Either way, pistols in play. Rusty. He's actually going to manage to get away with a kill there. I'm not sure how, but he does. But Reets is very quick to trade things back. It's a stack on the B side for the remainder, and that's actually quite interesting because he spotted a couple of players. I don't know if he will have seen the bomb. If he has and they've still decided to stick on B, that's very interesting. Maybe Singularity are playing next level mind games. Hey, GG Alpa, I love you too. I see. I said something, I read something out that somebody put in the chat the other day, and it was supposedly something incredibly rude. So I'm not risking it anymore, even though you could have told me to say, like, Poland is beautiful. You could have told me to say one of the most lovely comments ever in history. I'm just not taking the risk anymore because some people are evil. So, yeah, I'm gonna not do that. But if it was something nice, then thank you. If it wasn't, I'm watching you. We're going to have the bomb going down. They did actually dedicate themselves to that B stack. It's not worked out. I expect the CT side to somewhat just keep what they've got. I don't blame them. Keep those deagles in play. It was a bit of a sort of save situation anyway for Singularity. They didn't fully invest. They didn't put everything they have into this round. They still have a decent amount for getting utility in round number 4. Meeksy, I love you too. Hello. I mean, good day. Okay, fair enough. I will believe you, but I'm still not going to read it out. I will plead ignorance to not saying what the saying what that says, because it means good morning. Good morning. Okay. I also don't even know how to pronounce. That's the other thing. Like in English, we don't put anything over the top of letters. So, like, to read that out is very difficult. SS losing 10-0. No. Really? Oh, come on, Space Soldiers. I hope that's not true. Oh, it is true. You are not lying to me. Oh, that's brutal. Do you think... Taz Revenge. Yeah, I would love that. I would love that. That's the thing. I love when a player is removed from a team and then they come back and they make another team, and when it's better, it's just amazing. Like that happened with AGO. AGO, it was just like Kinguin went, Furlan, we can do better without you. We don't need you, Furlan. And Furlan went, okay, I'm going to make another team and it's going to be better than your team. It's also going to be better than Virtus Pro. Now what? And that to me is just beautiful. So if Taz can do the same thing and just be like, hey, VP, hey, how's it going? I've just made a better team than you after you removed me. How do you feel? That's what I want to happen. Yeah, I hope... I don't believe that Space Soldiers are onliners. I think the biggest loss for them was not winning WSG. They should have won WSG. They were very far in front. And I'm hoping that team does well. I would love to see a great sort of Turkish team. I do wonder if things don't work out soon, if they will try and add Woxic, but at the same time, I don't know why Woxic would leave Hellraisers. They've looked pretty good recently. Also, there's a possible that there'll be like a mouse sports scenario where you have like somebody leave and ultimately it makes both teams better. I'm not so sure with Virtus Pro. Like, again, Virtus Pro is a team I love, and I hope they succeed. But at the same time, I just don't believe changing one player is ever enough. I think because if you change... Well, the way I look at it, if you change one player, realistically, all you've done is make that player play the way that the rest of the players are already playing. If you change, like, 2 or 3, then you have to change, because otherwise it's like 3 players trying to make the other 2 play the same way. Like, it becomes a little bit more difficult. So, I don't know. I think that maybe VP will have to change another. I'm not sure. You never know with this roster. They could be, like, looking like they're just going to bomb out of a load of tournaments, and then they'll go and win one. And you'll just be sat there like, I don't understand. But, yeah, who is this caster? If you type exclamation mark caster, it'll do it for you. Flipside is dead. I am inclined to agree with you. I'm sort of hoping they just pick up some young talent. It worked for them last time. Pick up someone like Electronic. And just... Obviously, that's easier said than done. Just find someone who's sick. Like, yeah, obviously, it's not going to work every single time, but I think just, like, rehashing some of these older players is not going to work. Like, oh, Markelov's now AWPing again. Well, what's World Edit doing then? That's weird. Either way, we've got our first buy-in coming out from the CT side. As I said, they saved a decent amount of utility to make sure that they can purchase up. The Ts have already made a decent amount of cash. Maniz is the only one. Has he planted the bomb twice? Now, I like your style, Maniz. You get those MVPs, you get those points. You're playing the game mode. 7 points, no kills, no assists. That's how it's done. That's my style. That's how I play Counter-Strike. Although Minis, I will say, is slightly better than me. Just a small amount. Jump in though, and there's Plopsky. They drop onto his head, and, well, not onto his head. They drop in front of him, and he's going to find himself a double already. Great start to the round from him. And now the T's have to try and rectify the situation. Reitz is looking for the peek. He knows Plopsky's around the corner. I don't know. I don't think he spotted Benji. Nice peek out. We'll be able to find one, and that will be Pop Dog control if they so desire it. Was the bomb actually dropped into Pop Dog? It was. That is something I'm not a fan of. I think if you're going to take drop control, do it before you take the bomb down there, because it makes things so difficult. But they've actually managed to get themselves a chance to get on towards this B site. Both players so unbelievably low, and Maniz actually is the one with the bomb. You said I can DM you on Twitter. Exclamation mark caster. Should put my Twitter up. Rarland. He's going to find one, but now this should be impossible. He has got Rusty pretty low, but his other teammates, full HP, and Rusty's going to find the kill anyway. It is going to be 3-1. Singularity do take quite a bit of damage, though, and the T side will have no troubles buying back up. What did I just get? Oh, supposedly there's a new Singularity logo which I need to add in, so do that in the break. But yeah, T-side actually going to have a double op straight off the bat. Well, not straight off the bat. Second buy round for them. Barber will pick up the second. I was sort of interested to see if they would have a double op set up on this map, and this team's sort of weird. Like, obviously you got, I think it's Plopsky, if I'm not mistaken. Is only 15 years of age, so another sort of young talent. Looking forward to seeing what he has to offer. But I think this is a pretty young team in general. So Singularity, I like this sort of stuff. I like players being sort of thrown into the mix when they're young. It works well with certain players. To name a few, you got Frozen, you got Brolin, you got Stown. Like, all just incredible talents. So I'm hoping to see what Plopsky has to offer, although I am giggling slightly at his name. Is up against some, well, at least one legend of Counter-Strike. I think Maniz is a beast as well, so I'm happy that he's now in a team which I feel like he deserves. Because you sort of look at, when he was in Kinguin, I feel like there were so many other like decent players that he never really got to shine. He had Spiro always AWPing, so we never saw Maniz with the AWP. And then, like, he removes from Kinguin and goes to Pride, which definitely wasn't up to his standard. TK from Reitz, but I think it was worth it. Needs to find that trade kill, otherwise Rusty has the chance of getting both Space Soldiers at 0 and 13. Oh, no. No, please. 30 seconds left. T's have no choice but to try and make their move, and Benji's already going to be holding with the AWP. Manages a first. Maniz pushing in. And it's actually just going to go straight for the plant, but he baits in. Plopsky will be able to get that bomb down. However, this position from Hugo should be enough. Coming in from behind, picks off the first and leaves Taz to try and clutch the 1 versus 3. Definitely the most experienced man in this server at the moment, so probably the one you'd want in these situations. Finds the first, peeks around, and, well, he was only a bullet away from getting the second, but it isn't to be. Singularity will find a second on the board, and they're going to juggle around to get that double orb set up back. It will be 3-2, and Kinguin, they don't really have that much money. They could buy into this one, though. It'll be Taz taking a bit of a hit. He was excellent the other day. And they are. They're gonna invest. Not overly surprised. The money isn't yet to be built up by the CTs. Space Soldiers got around. Nice. 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 Yeah, I feel like there's a lot of teams that are bombing out of this tournament. Like, Space Soldiers never really getting anything done unless they somehow pull a complete turnaround here. G2 being eliminated by Envious. The game versus Cloud9 is not too worrying, but that game versus Envy, definitely going to be kicking themselves. I would have loved to sort of see the look on Happy's face just after that victory. Just like, I imagine he had a massive grin. Either way, opener will come in. In fact, another actually from Taz, and he gets both with the Galil. An absolutely trash weapon, but Taz has shown us how it's done, and Hugo is now going to be the only one left. Doesn't have much choice but to save, and this is what I'm talking about. The CT side don't have much money. That's why they forced into this round. Kinguin, you could have sort of argued either way that they're going to have, like, they could have gone with some pistols, tried to do some damage, and go for the 4x in the next. Instead, nope, just destroy them. And they've got a free AWP for Maniz as well. The question is, can Hugo hold on to his gun? Almost gets timed on, and well, it won't matter. Reitz is going to hit the instant headshot. A flawless round from Team Kinguin. Not what I expected when looking at the buy, and well, a team that wanted double AWPs can now not even afford, well, they can afford one rifle with no armor, but definitely not what they were hoping for. Galil isn't trash? I think it is. I think the Galil is awful. Like, there are definitely pistols and SMGs better. But Taz can use it. These strokes are making letters softer, like regular N sound quite like in English, but when you have N, it sounds more like ni. Okay, that's quite cool. The only one I know is like there's like the dots that go over the top of an E that like will make something from, say, like for example, my sister's name is Zoe, so they will put like Z-O and then an E with like a thing on the top so that you know. But yeah, I like stuff like that. It's quite cool. Galil is better than his counterpart. I think they're both kind of sucky. Hey, Exelon. Quick trade back. Rusty has managed to get one, but getting close to these T players is going to be very difficult in this round, and this is pretty much a full force. We only have Benji saving cash here. Oh, HP, red, red, red. Okay. FAMAS is worse. I would rather use a FAMAS than a Galil, personally. But, that might just be me. I don't know. I think maybe it's because Galil is on the T side, and, like, because the AK is so good for the sort of one-taps that when you compare it to the AK, it's so much more trash. Understandably, then the FAMAS versus an M4, it's still pretty bad, but I don't know. I would rather use a FAMAS than a Galil. But, here we go. Maniz, how many points has he got now? 14 points, 1 kill. Maniz, you are a man after my own heart. It's not quite as good. I'm pretty sure someone can try and maybe check this for me, but if you look at the first grand final of WSG, I'm pretty sure on one of the maps, in the first half, Sixer got 1 kill and then won $160,000 for himself. That's pretty dope. That is what I call the ultimate bomb planter. That is pro bomb planting right there. I think he had like 30 points as well. Galil over Orb. Or Gale. Who's Gale? That sounds like somebody's gran. Good old Gale. USP over AK. Maybe in a round where nobody has armor. 14-3. Space Soldiers on the comeback. Holy Grail over Orb. It doesn't know Holy Grail if you drink from it. Doesn't it, like, make you, like, live forever or not die or something? Either way, 6 and 2. CT side do have a buy. Benji saved for the AWP, and Barber's taken a hit by buying an ump. And the T's, well, they're looking to speed things right up. Reitz just rounding the corner. Rusty is stuck in a horrible position. It is already... It's going to be a cleanup once again. The T side just looking unstoppable at the moment, and Hugo and Benji are all that is left. Benji does find a quick kill, which at least opens up this round a little bit. Taz eventually gets the bomb down. Dargin, I love you too. And it will be the attempted... Well, no, never mind. It won't be the attempted retake. They've decided to fall back. They're going to hold onto their guns. The rest of the team, they'll get 2,900. I don't think it's really worth a force for Singularity. Now, if I'm not mistaken, this is the pick of Kinguin. So, hold your horses. Let's not get Let's not panic too much if you're a Singularity fan. Although I will say, from what I've seen from Kinguin, at least the matches I've casted, they... who was it they played yesterday? Who they absolutely obliterated. Like, it wasn't even close. Red Reserve. They absolutely destroyed Red Reserve. Now, I will say that Red Reserve haven't looked good in a little while. Every time I've seen them, at least, they've been destroyed. Miniz, he's got himself a second kill. Favorite Polish player? It probably is Taz. I think it has to be Taz or Pasha, right? My top three are probably Taz, Pasha, and Furlan. Furlan for coming back and make it, like, having that AGO team. Taz for just all the, like, interviews and all the, like, wonderful... Oh, hello. Okay, it's only one. I thought he was going to get more. Like, all the interviews, like, the moment where he walked up onto the stage and told them to stop booing Fnatic, that is still going to be one of the greatest moments in Counter-Strike history. And then you got Pasha, just, like, the biceps. Like, who can not love that? Yeah, like, Neo's always going to be up there, too. Okay, the CT side are actually making this a little bit interesting. Ah, CZ Go is back again. Plopsky's found a double. And it's left on to just Miniz. Well, let's see if he can now get himself some frags. Already picks up the first. This is a save round already. Plopsky going to be peeking out. And Miniz, he was just saving it. It was in the locker. It's just as the reserve. Guys, if you need me, I'll be here to save you. And that's exactly what they need. And Miniz save them. He's picked up the AK. It's going to be clearing the upper B position. Now, the CT side are trying to play off of each other at the moment. I don't blame them. Two of them have just been picked apart. Now, the one problem is they probably still think that he has an AWP. So the logic of gathering up is he can only shoot one of us. The fact is, now, that's not the case. He's picked up an AK-47. He's going to be running on towards that B site. And after plant will be taken by Miniz. He's going to plant open as well. So I sort of expect him to push a little bit further forward. Or that's what I expect. And maybe that's what he thinks they'll expect. So this is some sort of meta game by Miniz of, okay, I planted open. They'll probably think I've moved forward. Which, you know, I don't think is a bad guess. He's going to be waiting instead, expecting maybe someone to come in on the flank. Doesn't have much in terms of utility, and the problem is Hugo has a smoke and an incendiary, and that incendiary is going to go straight in. But, oh, I thought he was going to get past it. Doesn't matter. Benji will hit the shot. A nice attempt from Miniz, at least a 1 versus 4, turned into a 1 versus 2. He at least limits the amount of money, but the problem is that was a save round anyway for Singularity, so they're going to have a big boost to their economy. What about Neo? One of the greatest clutch players of all times, and yeah, what can you say? Some of the greatest moments in CS go down to that man. I think it was it a DreamHack where he won that like 1 versus 4 to win the match? I can't remember who it was against, but that was just insane. On Overpass, it was like Vince and Anders casting together. That was ridiculous. Can you pronounce... I don't know what that word means, so I don't want to say it. Someone made me say something bad the other day, so... I now have trust issues. Do you remember Luck from 1.6? I'll be honest, I haven't been around Counter-Strike that long, so I wasn't really around in 1.6 or Source. I've only been there for CSGO. I'm a scrub. 1v5 against Dig. Okay, it was 1v5. I thought it was 1v4. Even better. But yeah, that was crazy. I'm pretty sure that Anders needed a change of trousers after that. Here we go, though. Already the first pick goes the way of Miniz. Are you interested in Polish CS? Sure. Casting it right now. Like a bit of AGO. Amit Go. I love you too. T-side. Looking to build up towards this B site. They do have to make sure they check the corner, because Plopsky, if he can just lurk around, could be a little bit sneaky. Hugo's still going to be here, and I wonder if they may have heard something, because Barber already looking to try and back around. Both Orps actually, at the moment, over on this A site, which means that there's a decent chance of them being overwhelmed, and now the flashbangs are going to begin. Lots of damage done by the utility. Miniz looking to try and find the opening pick, but it's Hugo to do it. Meniz does find one in the meantime, and they do clear the angle of Plopsky. An important one at that. Bomb goes down with 10 seconds to spare, and Rusty is all that is left. Hello from Sweden. Hello from Ukraine. AGO VP. Yeah, I'd say so. Have you seen Tao's 1v3 versus FaZe? No, I don't think I have. Kinguin on a boot camp? I have absolutely no idea. I was a bit disappointed. I didn't get to... So, I think today and yesterday have been the first time I've actually casted this new Kinguin roster, because I don't know what it was about the schedule, but there were a few teams at Copenhagen Games I just didn't get to cast at all, and this was one of them. I would love to see Kinguin play VP. Like, if Taz could beat VP, I don't know. I think that would just make me smile. I think that would be really funny. What do you think about Kenny S? Again, another brilliant AWPer. I don't think he's been in the best of form recently. But I think a lot of the time with Kenny, it just... I think having the right people around him and having the right sort of drive, it can make a big difference. Russian born in Latvia, living in the UK. That's cool. I've never been to Russia or Latvia. I actually got invited to Latvia, but I couldn't go because it's clashing with another thing that I'm doing, which I almost just revealed. So I shouldn't do that. But yeah, there's a lot. I casted like Latvian CS, like Kree. Is it Flaric as well? Like back in the day. Pretty decent players around there. I think a lot of French players have fallen off. Do you know the high seed invites? Yes, I do. And I'm not going to tell you. Mainly because I will get in a huge amount of trouble if I do. But they're pretty good. They're pretty good. You don't have to worry. CT side have got a bit of a sketchy buy once again. It's another reset round where they're in trouble. Double AWP setup will survive at least, but they desperately need to start getting some rounds on the board. Train, not a map that Singularity play, and it is noticeable. Benji will at least kick things off. Actually, gets himself a second. The AWP's just wiping down this Kinguin roster at the moment. And, well, Rusty is going to close it. Much better from Singularity. However, the T's still have an absolute buttload of money in the bank, so they can continue to buy. What do you think about Polish teams? I think there's a lot of potential. I think there's a lot of like exciting rosters around, and I'm just waiting for one of them to like sort of step up and make it a little bit further. Okay, Meniz and Reitz suck. Well, Meniz is top of the board and Meniz is second. They're winning 8-4. It was DreamHack Bucharest versus Dignitas. Clearly I need to go watch it again. I still remember what happened. Benji, last few rounds, has definitely started to step up. Gets himself the opener. Taz is down once more. Mouse, he's waiting. Oh, this is a risky peek, and Benji's going to fall. Wasn't really necessary either. They already had the man advantage. Shroud officially retired. I'm not surprised. I think he's doing very, very well as a streamer, and he is nuts at PUBG, so, you know, it's dope. Blusher, oh my god, what was the event where he was just clutching after clutch not too long ago? It was IEM, wasn't it? Ridiculous. Was it Katowice? That was one of the most insane maps I've ever seen a train ever. Here we go though. Hugo up close, has himself the UMP, will be able to find one, but again it's just a quick trade back. Plopsky tries and come in from behind, and in fact he meets the remaining players, but this position from Rusty could be valuable. Oh, how does Meniz get away with that? Just jumps back up the ladder. Barber must be so confused at this point. Are they going B? Are they going A? He gets it right and actually hits the shot. And the flank should be coming in, but now Meniz is going to go back again. I didn't even think the T's know where they're going, but does he have enough time? Oh, this is going to be close. Down to the last second. I think he's got it. Has he got it? Oh, it doesn't matter. He did have it, but Breach gets the kill anyway. That was unbelievably close. Yeah, XCOM Pride. Yeah, no, the XCOM guys, weren't they at, they were at V4, weren't they? You expected Shroud to come back one day. I just think that he's too successful a streamer. And realistically, okay, he was a sick Counter-Strike player. And actually, when he left, he was still doing pretty well. But realistically, I think he is probably happier streaming and is more successful streaming. So I don't know why he'd come back. Yeah, XCOM was at V4. I casted the first day. Taz already catches out the aggression of Singularity. They're once again with pistols. They're saving for the final round of this half, but it's looking bleak. Benji will at least manage to find one of Maniz's tag, but he's got support. Okay. Almost gets caught out. Maniz manages to wallbang one of them, and Benji's managed to retrieve an AK. Yeah, he gets a second wallbang. Excuse me? The best plays on Train was in the Major VP versus Stralis. Oh yeah, I remember that was where they both had crazy T sides, wasn't it? Well, either way. Hugo has retrieved an AWP. He's going to be behind, but he may just want to save this. Bring something into the next round. Same Taz from VP, yes. This is the legendary Taz, who has joined Kinguin in a trade with Mihu. Why did it take me so long to think of that? Gambit just smashed Space Soldiers. I can't remember. I don't think I really. I think I met Isaac very, very briefly. It was he did the Nvidia GeForce Cup in Poland. And I did that event, and he was doing the Polish stream, and me and Harry were doing the English stream. Seemed like a nice enough guy, but he had so many people trying to meet him that we didn't get to speak to him very much. How does Hugo get all 3 kills there? It makes no difference. The T's have enough money to buy anyway. But, yeah. See, that's a name that I find very difficult to say, but I love you too. Neo or Taz in 1.6? In 1.6, Neo, without a doubt. In CSGO, probably Neo again, I'll be honest. I think Taz is great, but I think you have to go with Neo, right? The king of all clutches. Mouse. Kick things off. Hugo does manage to get a couple of trades back, and Mao's still going strong. Maybe Singularity will be able to take away the last, although now it is all on to Rusty. Rallen sneaks past. Is he going to expect him to be here? I don't think he is, and it comes close, but it's 11-4. Kinguin is going to be taking a very strong T-side at half of Train. As said, it's not really a map the Singularity play, so I'm not overly surprised. Opinions on Ustillo? Boy, he's a monster, Tom. There you go. Oh, we got some phase up. An important pistol. Why do you think Space Soldiers are so good online? So, it could be pressure. It could just be that the teams they play against a lot of the time are very up and down. Like Gambit can actually come out and beat most teams on their day. I could actually agree with that. Taz being what Kinguin need. I think that he's got a lot of experience. He's got a lot that he can teach these players. I also think in terms of morale and picking players up, I think that could be absolutely excellent. And I think in terms of talent, he's got a lot of decent talent here. I think Rallen, like, I remember the days of Kinguin where Rallen and Furlan were running the show. I think Maniz has been excellent for a long time. I do think that there's actually a pretty decent chance this team could do well. Do you own a channel on Twitch? My Twitch channel is Tombiz, but I don't cast, or I don't stream too much on my own channel, because I'm mainly casting, and then, well, I just don't have that much time to stream. There we go, though. T-side desperately in need of a pistol round. Singularity definitely haven't had a good CT half. But they could look to turn the tide. I think Train may be slightly out of their reach, but the second map of Overpass could definitely become a bit more interesting. What's your favorite team overall? See, the thing is, I've had a few people ask me this. I actually don't know now, because when Shox was in G2, it would have been G2, because Shox is probably my favorite player to watch. But now that he's not, I actually don't know the answer. I've got to have a proper think about that. Hugo, it's going to kick things off, and Benji's found another. It's looking good for the T side in this pistol round. Maniz pushing back in. The P2K has definitely come back into fashion, and I'm liking it. I'm liking seeing the shot. Oh, I think he just missed the spot. And that's a big, big kill, because now Plopsky's actually going to be able to find one more. Maniz does have the kit, though, and he's just going to go for it. Is he going to be able to hold on to this? He just straight up sticking the defusal. Maniz has got it. Oh, Singularity. Oh, it doesn't get any worse. Barber's actually going to knife him at the end anyway, but oh, that's just mean. That is just mean. A smoke and a kit. And 3 players will survive for Singularity. No surprise to see them buying back into this round, but that has just got to be painful. That is what you call kicking someone while they're down. As if it wasn't bad enough, they've just stolen that pistol away. Pros don't fake, you are correct. If he did fake in that scenario, I'd be very surprised. The 1v3. Maniz already looking for a little bit more. Does a hell of a lot of damage onto Benji. We got the double AKs onto Barber and Plopsky. Barber... See, that's the thing. I know why he has the AK. He was the one who could buy it up, but you do wonder if maybe chucking it over, because he definitely hasn't had the best game so far. Plopsky, however, does manage to get the opening kill. Now, the CT side obviously spending everything they have, so still a decent opportunity here for Singularity in this round. Aggression going to come in, but it's only a trade. Maniz still going. He juggles a weapon. How is he getting away with this? 3 kills and leaves it all in a 2 versus 2. Hugo doesn't even have any armor. I have apps like he was juggling a weapon and got 2 kills. That makes literally no sense. And now Barber is all that's left. That solitary AK trying to hold on. Going to be rotating back towards this B site. Maniz at the beginning of the game, he was top because of, well, planting the bomb. He's now top because of frags as well. Definitely stepping up. And to be honest, Team Kinguin were winning 7-2, and they didn't even need him. So the fact that he has now awoken is even scarier. Great positioning from Reitz. No way he loses that battle. Kinguin, they convert that second round, and now the T's are left in a pretty horrible position. They save here, they can buy in the next round, but then they lose a round and they're pretty much done. And I think Train may just be a bridge too far, and they are going to force it. I don't really blame them at this point. I would prefer to see a buy round from them, but when you're getting spanked this hard, sometimes you've just got to try and break free. I'm still talking about Counter-Strike, by the way, and nothing else. No personal experiences there at all. Don't know what you're implying. Moving on. CZs. See, if they win this round, someone just clip it, send it to Valve, and say, please. Nothing else, just please. If they don't win this round, never mind. He's over towards this B site. They've got a decent amount of utility. Got some smokes, a few incendiary, or a few Molotovs. There are a couple of players ready and waiting. Smoke's going to be falling down. Maniz already finds one through the smoke, even does damage to a second. Barber does manage to trade things back. That was a range as well. Should be all she wrote here. Up close will be Plopsky. That's CZ in hand. He's going to be probing around, and he's just been a beast in the last few rounds. 3 kills for him already. Barber, he's trying to be sneaky. Taz, you ain't fooling Taz. You're just not fooling Taz. 14-4. Kinguin with a magnificent retake onto the site. And now Singularity, well, they get a bomb plant, 2,400 plus the 800. I wouldn't be, again, surprised if they force this. The only problem is they could go for the same sort of CZ buy and then just buy into the next round. Isaac Boars are the best team. Okay. Who are the best team at the moment? I'd still stick with FaZe. The problem is just, I don't know how they're going to perform with Exist. I think it's definitely up for grabs. I think Mouse Sports have been excellent recently and definitely have like a chance to like move themselves to the top. I think if individually they just continue the way they are. I actually really like the Mouse Sports roster at the moment. Rusty though, that's a good start. He finds the opening pick. Reitz is going to be pushing and should be meeting Barber any second now and hits the timing as well. And I think he spotted Hugo on the other side of the smoke. Reitz, that's impressive. That man advantage lasts for literal seconds. And Taz has already found another one. Plopsky trying to survive. For some reason, Auto Director wanted to show that kill in the third person. And now Benji is left with a deagle and with little help. Okay. Yeah, that's about right. 15-4. Singularity are going to be in the same position. No bomb plant, so they literally have the same amount of cash as the previous. They didn't drop... Well, Olaf has gone to the bench, but not like... He's not actually benched. He just has some sort of personal issues. I don't have all the information, so I'm not going to pretend that I do. But whatever it is, I hope that Olaf comes back soon, because we want that team to be at its best. Is that my favorite caster? I don't know. Is it? Only you know the answer to that. I could make an educated guess and say probably not, but... P-side, this is it. 15-4. Every map I've cast of this Kinguin team so far, they've absolutely destroyed their opponents. Absolutely obliterated them. And this is, of course, to get themselves through to that next stage. Reitz is going to continue his reign of terror. 19 kills for him. 19 kills for Maniz. They've been impressive, to say the least. Mal's going to be waiting, but actually Hugo does win that battle. We'll find an opener onto the site. Rallen up above, maybe a bit of a surprise, and he will spray down another. Taz with one more. Looking to re-aggress. Almost takes down Barber, but the Deeg shot is enough. Although Maniz is ready and waiting, and it's left onto Benji. Doesn't have any armor. Stop going third person, Auto Director. Nobody wants third person. And Maniz is going to close it. 16-4. Absolute domination coming out of Kinguin. They are going to take this first map in pretty simplistic fashion and now go on to Overpass to try and end this one. Guys, if you have enjoyed that very short cast, very, very short cast, then type !cast, so that will take you to my Twitter. All follows are appreciated. Either way, we'll be back for the second map after the break.